Safety is really the heart of the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. And at its core, the job is to reduce the number of people who die or are involved in any sort of serious accident or crash on the roadway. But it's like too limited, really. So I want to talk about three ways to think about it: safety, health, and security. Because they're really distinct, and it's all the job. We have to expand beyond the people who are dying on the roadways. It's clearly a priority. So let me just start with that quickly. There are about 43,000 people who die every year on America's roads, and out of that 43,000, there are about 5,800 people who died as a result of some interaction with a commercial motor vehicle. That's including the commercial motor vehicles drivers as well. And among that 5,800, the next subset is that 800 drivers died. 800 commercial motor vehicle drivers died in a year on the job. And I can't think of another place in America where we would accept those kinds of numbers and in the workplace. And it's extremely sobering when you realize that the safety net isn't there in this job the way that it is for jobs in America. I could spend the next 90 minutes talking about this, but I want to leave that with you, that 800 drivers a year die. There's a tendency to want to blame the driver, the truck driver or the bus driver, but really it's for all kinds of reasons. And sometimes they're found at fault, and many times they are not. So that's it's a big number, and it's a big problem, and drivers should not face that kind of risk. Two, I want to talk about health. It does relate to safety, but it is distinct, especially long-haul truckers. And Steve and I talked about this, and he writes about it in his book. When they're on the road, first of all, they're sitting. They have a higher rate of obesity, cardiovascular disease, musculoskeletal problems, sleep disorders, diabetes. Truck drivers have higher rates of all of these issues. And you peel back on why. Well, sitting for long periods of time, odd sleep schedules for weeks on end, lack of access to healthy food. A trucker at a truck stop is getting what they get. Many truckers will bring their own food. Some don't, many don't. And there just is not access to healthy foods or healthy lifestyle. Truck stops need to change. Truck parking needs to expand, giving drivers the appropriate place to rest, and more amenities that help them lead a good life when they do need to stop and rest. Okay, lastly, security. And this is where we really are focused, and still are focused on the security of women truck drivers, thinking about both training, issuing new guidance, working on, when I left, new regulation to require sexual assault training in the trucking industry. And also for women who are out on the road, simple things like more truck parking, better places to rest, more secure places to rest, simple as lighting. These are I hope that these efforts continue on even after, some of my colleagues, some who are still there working on it, and some who have moved on. These are all part of rounding out what makes this a doable job and a humane job for really anyone, women included, who want to do the job.